We are leaving the top team, Team 6, for a while. We're saying good morning and welcome to Studio Briggen. It's a new day. It's a lovely morning. We are somewhere on this ship between Nämdö and Rundmarö, not so far away from Sandhamn. But more importantly, we are almost 25 hours into this race. And Thomas Ogander, the race director, is here. 25 hours into the race, but still far away from finish.
Yeah, this is, it feels like we have been into this for such a long time, but it just, not even half of the race is done, so it's still so much further to go. And we have, the next stage, when you pass 36 hours, then the real race starts.
Yeah, and what we need to talk a lot about is that there's a lot of things that happened since we went into night mode last night. It's been a dramatic night. 2 teams had to pull out.
Yeah, it's been a dramatic night, and as you said, 2 teams have pulled out from medical perspectives, and it's been a really drama, I would say. So sad for the teams. They have prepared so much, and just like 16-17 hours into the race they have to pull off. So that's of course it's sad for the race, because we had such a good pace, but not at least for the teams.
Yeah.
They have been training for this for 1 to 2 years, and then they have to pull off in such an early stage.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk more about that in just a little while, but 10 teams have now been 8, so here are the leaderboard. Here's the leaderboard for the 8 teams that's still in this race. And as we said when we started, Team 6 is in the lead still. It's like a machine, Team 6.
For sure. They have, if we look at them over the past years, this is the kind of pace that they have. They start very fast, and then they just keep on going. It's the same with Team 1 Australia as well, and Team 3. They are very experienced, so they're really having a good pace and just pushing themselves forward now.
Yeah, so Team 6, that's Daniel Hansson, Adriel Young from Australia, Kristin Larsson, and support Johan Hasselmark. And Thomas, when you look at the differences in time at the checkpoints here, still early in the race, we know that, but what can you say? It's starting to get quite big differences.
Yes, this is more or less the exact situation that we had last year. Team number 6 is more or less a little bit more than an hour ahead of Team 1 Australia, and they're keeping this pace, and I'm not sure if how it will end, of course, but it is an hour, and an hour is an hour, even though we have so much to go. But these teams are so strong, and I think something has to happen, I would say, to change the situation.
And as you can see there, the DNF on Team 9 and Team 5, those are 2 teams that had to, unfortunately, withdrawn from this race. Starting, if we talk about Team 9, what happened there?
Well, it was Murray in Team 9 who had a problem with his lungs, and we'll talk more about that, but that has been going for a while during the race, actually, and this is when they entered Möja, and he was in a really bad condition. We need to take him by helicopter into Karolinska, and now he's taken care of and fine, but it was a dramatic situation for sure.
Yeah, it was obvious that something happened when they reached Möja some 14 hours into the race, but when we talked to the team afterwards, they said that this had actually been going on for quite a few hours.
Yes, and we saw tendencies of this already into the long swim into Blidö. We could see that something with he was coughing and so on, so we could see that. We didn't know at that time, but it had started quite early.
Yeah. After they had to pull out from the race, the rest of the team, they came in here to the studio, and we had a chat with them for a few minutes, and here's a clip from what they said.
He's at the hospital now getting medical treatment. because of the water, not water in his lungs, fluid in his lungs from his wetsuit being too tight.
Yeah, and blood.
And blood.
A lot of blood in the chest area, pulling fluid into the lungs.
Yeah.
Just not something we can fix out there, unfortunately.
No. Yeah. So they put a breathing machine on him and give him some medications, and then he should be.
Okay. Was that because the suit was too tight, or what was the reason for it?
It's like a combination of hard work and the water being cold. But he swam in the wetsuit previously, so I think it can contribute to it.
David, if you're going to try to put words on your feelings now and for the whole team, what do you say?
Oh, terribly disappointed for all the effort these guys have gone into. Like, they've spent, I would say, 12 months since you're here last year to come back and do it bigger and better again. And I've just been fortunate to come along for the ride right at the last minute. But so disappointed for these guys. Yeah.
And Hillary, we are looking at some pictures here from what actually happened. Now he's taken away to the helicopter. But could you describe what happened there at the scene?
Well, he was having trouble breathing, and he couldn't really. He just kept saying, "Oh, I just feel like it's not right," and he was coughing a lot and coughing up fluid that was a pinky color, and he just couldn't get a deep breath in, and his breathing was quite erratic, and his heart rate kept spiking, so his heart rate wasn't matching the work output that he was doing, and he kept continuing to race, and he pushed really hard, and he was a tough guy, and just kept going, even though it's pretty serious condition to be medevaced out.
Yeah. Hillary Bell there, lost, and now we say welcome to Marcus Moberg, researcher from GIH, back to the studio, joining us again. How common is this kind of issues, would you say?
It's quite common, actually. I mean, now it's the third year we see it in a row, and this is a condition called swimming-induced pulmonary edema, which is quite common and depends on multiple factors, but especially can be quite common here in the cold waters.
Do we have an update on Marius' condition? Do you know anything?
Yeah, the latest I heard is that he moved away from the ICU to the ward, which means that he's more under control, so getting there.
Yeah. Is there anything that they can do while swimming to prevent this kind of things from happening?
Not really.
No.
I mean, the exact cause is not known, but it's dependent on the pressure of the chest. That's one thing. I mean, if you imagine your lungs being a balloon, when you inhale, the balloon inflates, and if you have a very hard or compressed wetsuit pressing against that, it will shrink the balloon. And then also with the cold, that increases the pressure. And then they're lying down in the water, which also makes your breathing not optimal in that sense. You can't really fill your lungs as you do when you stand up. So it's compromised breathing, which makes your ability to fill this balloon less. And then also what I think might happen when they did a long swim is that the seas were also kind of rough. So then when you take your breath, you might have water inside, so you might compromise your breath, so no full breath. So basically it's just it's a reduction in the inhaling pressure and then pressure against the chest for a very long time. And also could be likely combined with some kind of ongoing infection which escalates this aspect.
Yeah. So he was airlifted to the hospital during the night, Thomas, and this is a sort of race where, of course, risks are involved. Everybody knows about that.
Yeah, for sure. And things happen.
Yeah.
And as Marcus said, you don't really know why. This is the third year in a row we see this. And of course, as we spoke earlier this night, you noticed something in his coughs,
Yeah.
so to speak, already before Blidö.
Yeah.
So we saw that something was really early. We saw that something was happening, but we didn't know it could be normal. But this is the kind of conditions that you can never control.
Yeah. We wish him a quick and good recovery, and we'll come back, of course, with updates on his situation and condition later. Also, Team 5 had problems. They were off to a very quick start. They were one of the 2 top teams, but then, Thomas, things happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, they were amazing. We know them, and they were the fastest teams on the course, both when it comes to swimming and running, and really kept the race going up there with team number 6. But then Lars started to get a bad stomach, so to speak. He didn't really get to keep the food and so on. And then when they entered Möja, we really saw that something was going on.
Yeah, so Team 5, which we are following here, that's the brothers Hugo and Nick Tormento, Lars Ekman and Desiree Andersson. And it was, as you said, Thomas, Lars Ekman that had problems. He didn't get enough energy, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's a big issue. I mean, I know that these athletes focus a lot on that aspect. They focus so much on energy intake, but sometimes it's really hard, especially because the gut is not sort of equipped to handle nutrition while you do exercise. So you really have to train that and find your optimal strategies, which I know Lars does. But once it gets out of hand, it's hard to get back, because we know from last year that these athletes consume maybe 13,000 kilocalories a day. So that's a massive amount of food that has to be consumed to be in order, and that's really hard to do. And actually looked at Lars's glucose curves before, and I could see, because we noticed, I can't remember exactly what swim, but when he came up, he was really shaken and out of shape. And exactly at that time point, I had a quite large dip in glucose, which has been going on for a while, so it's notable that it went down. Then he tried to make it up, but once it gets out of hand, it's just out of control.
Yeah.
But that's also something that happens. You have ups and downs, and with the glucose and of course, and that you in most of the times you can handle, because you have that experience. And that we talked about that. I remember when Team 5 and Team 6 entered stage 6, that they need to take care of Lars, and because he will be able to come back, and but this was maybe too late.
Yeah.
It was too late.
It was too late.
Yeah.
And Lars was strong enough to stop by in our studio, and this was what he told us by midnight.
No, as Hugo said, and as you said, we had a pretty good start. Mm-hmm. We felt like we were going, kind of the way we had hoped, actually, and it felt, I think, for the whole team, but quite good in the start for me as well. I started having some troubles. I wouldn't say, we still did 16 hours, so not very early, but already before checkpoint 4 with getting enough energy down. But I wasn't too worried. But Nico, our support, he told me that you need to take more of what I give you every 2 hours because you're giving too much back. And then it kind of just escalated. So then I started getting really nauseous and throwing up as well. And then the nausea and the stomach pain made me I needed to slow down my running, and then I needed to slow down even my walking. So I couldn't walk very fast because I just got more nauseous and threw up more. And my teammates tried to support in any way they could. So try this. We tried some chips, we tried some water, we tried some pancakes. And at the end we lay down for 45 minutes just to see if we could make it go away. Yeah. But the nausea was still there. And it felt too long way for me to push through all the way to Landsort with that feeling. So I told the team that I need to pull out. Yeah. I can't do this.
Lars Ekman there. Marcus, when the nutrition problem starts, what actually is happening inside the body?
First of all, your gastric fills up and it can't really empty, so it's sort of inflamed and stressed. So basically all food that you ingest sort of fills up the gastric and doesn't go to the intestine, which makes you fill up. And even though you press down more, it just comes up. So basically it's a stop in the system. And that maintaining that is also key for not just having energy to keep moving, which they have, but also to keep up the warmth. And that combined with feeling nauseous, lack of glucose, lack of warmth, everything starts to shut down, and then you reduce your speed and everything goes south. So it's just sort of a combination of factors that drives you to stop.
Yeah. So 2 teams are out of the race. 8 teams are still moving down south, and we're now going to have a look at the route replay from sometime just before midnight. And as we said before, Team 6, which is Sweden, Australia, they are moving fast. They're like a machine, and they are still in the lead. But Thomas, what can you tell from these graphics?
Well, as you said, team number 6 just push on. The same for team number 1 and team number 3. They are all the most experienced teams in this race for now, I would say. But then we also have a really interesting battle further up with team number 8, team number 7, team number 2, and so on. So I think it's a good combination when it comes to that. Unfortunately, we have team number 4 struggling very, very hard. I don't think that we will have them in the race for such a long time. But anyway, we have 8 teams still in the race. So, yeah.
And, yeah, this is a close-up looking at the top 3 right now. And talking about Team 6, I mean, it's obvious that they are minimizing the mistakes.
Yes.
How do they manage to be so precise, even in the dark?
This is a part of the race where they know the terrain quite well, I would say, and you just need to keep on going south. So that's one part, and then this is actually that's what we talked with team number 5 and team number 4 as well, because as this part of the race, they started to going to the normal race mode, so to speak. It was quite fast in the beginning. And many different things can happen. Then after like 15-20 hours, they getting into the endurance zone, so to speak, and laying in a very comfort pace for them. The speed is getting down a little bit, a lower pace, and this is where they just can keep on going and going and going and going.
Looking at the pictures here of Team 6 from the night, they were pushed by Team 5. That is not in the competition anymore. Team 6 is so experienced. Is it a big difference now for them when a team isn't pushing in that hard?
Yes, yeah. Yes. Now we met them, me and Marcus, this night, and they looked really relaxed, so to speak, and we're just keep on going. They had a good spirit in the team, of course, they always has, but they were really relaxed.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they all looked super fresh. I mean, yeah, as you say, relaxed. It seems like the stress have worn off a little bit from the start. So, as you said, in race mode, comfortably racing. So, yeah.
And talking about nutrition and Team 6, when they have this gap down to the second place, which is 1.5, maybe 2 hours, they can take their time also to make sure that they get everything they need.
Yeah, definitely. And I know Johan Hasselmark said a couple hours ago that the team was eating really well, so he was really satisfied with that. And they're really good at eating, so that's one of their keys of success.
Yeah, we talked about that. This race is about eating, and that's when you talk to the support crew and so on, that saying that the teams, they are good at eating, and it's like that's the biggest part of I would say, and especially team number 6, team number 1, Australia, they are very good at eating.
And they do eat different things, and each participant, they got sort of a go-to.
Yeah, yeah. They have some nutrition that they really need and must have to be able, but then they also have, you know, the favorite picks to give them the extra kick. And I know that Christine, that we see here, on her chart, she had nacho chips. She don't like chips that much, but nacho chips, that's her go-to thing.
Oh yeah, is that one of the strangest things you've seen so far, or is it one of different things?
No. You can go to Team Australia. They have a lot of crazy things in their boxes.
Salted crocodile.
Yeah, maple syrup and so on. Yeah. This is, I don't know if you can. We cannot really read it, but here. Yeah.
That's Adriel's, yeah.
Yeah, that's Adriel's go-to. Snickers. That's
small chocolates.
Small chocolates.
Energy bars.
Yeah, energy bars. So that's the Angels.
Red wine.
Yeah. Two Clemisar. That's, you know, like baby food. And we didn't find. Yeah, I don't know if we find those things, but that was nacho chips as well. So, but this is also so mentally because, you know, when it comes to gels and that kind of stuff.
That's a nacho.
Yeah, you need to have it, but to have, you know, that little extra thing that gives you the extra kick to keep you going and look forward to. It's a really mental part of it.
And you've done the stretch from Arholma down to Landsort.
Yes.
What was your go-to thing?
That was more candy at that time, but that's also in the end you cannot eat candy because you know, you get so much sugar, and you know, the sugar really turns the stomach inside out, and you start burning your throat, and it's terrible. So you need to eat proper food.
Yeah, and that was Team 6. We can also have a look at Team 1, Australian team, what they are eating and try to digest to make this possible.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about what's in their bags?
Yes. Well, they have a lot of Swedish chocolate.
Oh yeah.
They like that, and they have some Australian specialties. Oh yeah, you see Marlboro. Marabou, sorry, not Marlboro.
That was in the 70s.
that was in the 70s. No, they have some crazy Australian things, but Dime as well. Yeah.
And talking about liquid and what they drink also, I guess they trying to get some caffeine or something like that, or what is it? Is it more like sugar with water, or?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, it's of course
like energy drinks.
Yeah, sports drinks. That's the main consumption because of course of the glucose and the electrolytes, which is go-to, and then I see soft drinks, energy drinks with caffeine, of course. Water to mix it up, hot chocolate, I mean everything, blueberry soup, especially, I mean it's good, especially during night, that to try to get in something that is slightly warm to heat up the body, which is preferred. So it varies, more hot stuff during the night, more colder during the day, but basically everything you can drink with nutrition in it, and that's always carbohydrates.
Yeah. So the nutrition obviously a big factor here, but also the sleep deprivation. We talk a lot about the lack of sleep, but what we saw just a few minutes ago, actually, before we started, was that Team Australia, Team 1, they had a power nap.
Yeah, they had a power nap. I don't recognize. I don't know for how long, but I think this is part of the race that they realize. That they have the distance, they have just team number 6 ahead of them. At this stage, they know that they have team number 3 staying at the same place. They are the same. So,
but isn't it? Won't you get stressed when you try to sleep during a race like this, or
no,
are you comfortable that you will have that time back later on?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And not even for long, maybe just 20 minutes. That could be that could help them in a way further on in the race.
Is that different? I mean, this is the 4th edition. Are the teams tending to sleep more now than in the beginning?
No. Last year they didn't sleep at all. The first year they didn't sleep at all. The second year Team Australia slept, but that was also a race where they were the only ones finished the race, so they could take a sleep. Ended up in 60 hours. We see less and less sleep, I would say. And you cannot plan this race, plan to sleep, because you don't have the time.
So this is more pictures from Team 1 Australia. Robert Preston, Glenn Wilkinson, Liz Dornan, Julian Dent in the support crew. So much routine there.
Yeah.
If you look ahead for their sake, what do you see then?
I talked to him this night as well when we met, and we talked about the situation that we have quite the similar situation as we had last year, and it was an hour last year, and it's a little bit more than an hour now, hour and a half, and it was that hour the whole race from stage 3 to down to Landshut. We have no idea what's happening, but it's a mind game, and we have the same situation.
And talking about the mind game and talking about what happened last year, how much do you think they run and swim and think about the Danziger Gap?
Quite much, I would say. They know it will come. Maybe at this stage we don't know if we take that route or not. But of course they think about that, and
because a recap, they had a tough swimming.
Last year. Yes, it was 12 to 14 meters per second headwind, 1 meter high waves, and they took a longer swim last year, and they swam for 3 hours and 40 minutes. I would say that's more or less the maximum, they said. They were really close to the very edge there, but it's a long way. Now I think they just focus on just keep on going, and I think they're very, very satisfied to have good weather. The sun is shining, the first night is past, now they can focus on the day. But it's chilly, and I think that could be the challenge for the race further on, because of course the sun is shining, but it's chilly and the water is cold. So I think hypothermia and so on, you really need to take care and take a look at what kind of runs and swims that you are going to do. If we look now, for example, team number 6, they decided to take a really long swim now, which was quite surprising. So, well, we'll see what's happening with that.
Yeah, and Australia, Team 1, they have all the experience needed, they have all the endurance and all the skills, and they have some coolness also inside the team. And I know this night you talked with Julian Dent, who is in the support boat, and this is what he said to us a couple of hours ago.
Way to go, but
feels a little bit like last year.
Yeah, yes,
it's
it does.
An hour.
Yes, exactly. It's an hour to the leading team.
So what are you saying?
I mean, it's still pretty cold. It's going to blow all day, so I think it's going to be a real test of survival, really, to get there. So
it's getting colder. Because I just thought it's very much like last year now when it comes to the difference anyway. And
but I think there'll be a lot of swimming coming up, so I think it's going to be tough to get there, so we just got to focus on getting to Landshut and see what happens.
Sure. How did you experience the first part of the race with all the teams?
I mean, it was. I think for them it was great having teams around. I mean, there was a lot coming from behind, which is still coming. I think Susie and Marika are still just behind us. But I think it was good pressure for them just to push a little bit more. And it was good intensity.
Fantastic. All the different kind of route choices.
Exactly. So there was teams coming everywhere. So I think they really enjoyed it. But now they're sort of settled into a bit of a rhythm, and they got into it a bit more after almost a day now. So Yeah, the sun's coming up soon, second day, so, just keep moving.
More to come.
Keep moving, more to come for sure.
Take
All
care,
right.
Julia.
Thanks, Thomas.
All the best.
Yeah, take care.
Later.
See you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. More to come, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. We have to talk a bit also about Team 3, that is in third place also. That's a Swedish, all Swedish team. Marika Wagner, Susie Moonen, Fredrik Nilsson and Robert Hanning. They are doing it very good so far.
Yeah, they have the experience. They came all the way to Järflotta the first year. They entered the race, and then the last year they had to withdraw due to medical circumstances, similar to Murray.
Yeah, exactly the same situation, but only 12, 20 hours later, but still the same. So
yeah.
I think they really like revenge this time. So
yes, and they are so focused. They are such a good team with a fantastic spirit, and they also like a machine, so to speak, because they really know what they're doing. They have their pace, they have the plan, they know that they will make it in their mind. Yeah. So. They were just determined to push. But we saw as well, and that's also interesting, because they were just relaxing while team number 1 entered the water from Rundmare and Grand. But at this stage, they have their plan.
Yeah.
They know what could happen, and they know... Yeah, sorry.
No, I thought he was going to say something. He didn't.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt you, Thomas.
No. Sorry about that. No, but they have their plan, and they are so into all the details, and they know what pace they will have. They know what to do and eat and everything. So really strong team.
Yeah, and especially Marika, who has a strong background in adventure racing, which is multi-day event. So I mean, she's really the driving force on going forward. So 2 days is nothing compared to 4 days in that sense. So they got the experience in that as well.
Yeah, and you talk about the team spirit, and I guess it's getting more and more important the longer the race goes on. If you, Thomas, going to try to put words on what exactly that means, the team spirit, how they can lift each other, what's important in that?
Yeah, because this is a race of 4 with different kind of challenges and main activities in the team. They have different roles and so on. So it's so important to both know for your own sake how will I handle my way to Landsort, my ups and downs, and how will we as a team handle if someone is going down, because everyone is going down during this race in different kind of levels, and you really need to see what kind of teamwork do we need, how do we need to work as a team, and I don't know if we talked about that before, but we have team number 3 USA with Jared Shoemaker and those guys. They have been working with a psychologist over the past year, just to work with this teamwork part and how to take care of each other and handle different kind of situations. So and when it comes to team number 3, they are really close and or trying to be the best communicating team, and so that's a very big part, and doing this as friends and as a team, and really see how you can push yourself and together as a team forward. Yeah. And that's where you have also the support crew, which is so important, because the support crew don't swim, don't run, but it's the one that really need to push the team and keep the team together and so on. So, yeah.
And talking about the support crew, now we will have a small chat with Robert Hanning, who talked to our media runner during the night.
Hanna här. I'm following team number 3, and we will ask Robban, how has the night been for team 3?
The night has been rather good. But we did a few mistakes, a couple of islands before Harö. And I think we lost about 30 minutes on team 1. But now they have their pace up, and they are a little bit cold, but they are okay now.
Good. And what are they having for breakfast?
I think they will have noodles for breakfast.
That's good.
Maybe some candy.
Thank you.
Ja, alltså bra på. Vi tillsätter en minut.
Ja, det var då så att.
Ja.
Jag tycker att vi tar det i... Ja, i och för sig kan... Ja.
Yes, we're leaving team 3 there, Sweden. Thomas, any other team that we haven't been talking about so far that you would like to mention?
Yeah, I will. All the other teams, because now we've talked a lot about the top 3 teams, and we know that we have team number 4 far behind, but we have 4 other teams in the middle, which is really interesting. I know we will talk more about them during the day, but they are really, really strong out there, and it will be so interesting to see, because those teams are getting into. They have been here before, both team number 2 and team number 7 and team number 8. They're getting into the stage and the times where they have failed before, so to speak. But they look really strong and been looking really strong during night. So it will be so interesting to see how they can handle stage 3 and the day forward now.
Yeah, and finally, when we looked at the leaderboard, someone may have noticed Team 4, the British team. They have fallen way behind, and someone might wonder, what about the 8-hour rule? When does that kick in, and what happened?
Yeah, the 8-hour rule kick in stage number 4. So we're getting closer to that. They will for sure not make the 8-hour rule. Team number 4.
Yeah, but still got some energy. And
they have energy for sure.
Yeah.
I think they started out not that good.
The orienteering part has been
problem with the orienteering part, but they still have a good spirit, and in the end we have decided also to have the 8-hour rule starting in stage 4, because if you have trained this much, we really want the teams to experience the race, experience the archipelago, even though you have a bad day and things happen. We will anyway give them the time to experience one water race.
Seems that they are having fun though, Marcus.
They have,
yeah. I mean, they're very mentally tough. I mean, looking at their start where it took more than an hour to get off Arholma, I mean, I would be mentally broken. But of course, they were devastated when that happened. But so mentally strong to bounce back. Obviously, a good team. I mean, not the highest pace, but they're still going in there. I mean, they've been out there for 26 hours, so
yeah,
still a massive effort.
Yeah,
you have to recognize that. Even though we have amazing teams, this is an amazing effort as well.
Yeah.
And finally, what we can feel now standing here on the ship is that the wind is picking up. It's from the north. It's getting a little bit chilly. The water temperature is not that high. We know that. If you're going to try to describe what kind of day awaits the team.
The day from here down during the day is quite open. Small islands. We're close to the Baltic Sea, and it's getting wind, as you say, and the water is cold, and it's a lot of swimming. Then we will have some decisions further on in stage 4, where you can decide if you want to swim more or run more. Completely different kind of routes, but this will be a tough day.
Yeah,
it's a long day. It's a lot of swimming, and it will be cold for sure.
So, Marcus, if the cold was a big factor yesterday, we saw a lot of shivering, and they were talking about the coldness. Will it be even tougher today?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, of course, it seems a little bit colder right now, but also it's so hard for the body to maintain that energy. I mean, the energy goes into keep on moving, and keeping that energy is so crucial. Just for the mental aspect as well. It's so devastating. And going into the second night in a really bad shape, I mean, I think that the teams would like to be in a good situation towards the night, maybe a long run. I mean, where they can heat up. So, yeah, it's definitely critical.
Yeah, it's a long day wait, and we'll talk more. Thanks for now, Marcus and Thomas. And now time to head out and follow the race.
Aspen, 4-stroke fuel.
Hi.